This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. But, we're 9 days away from Valentine's Day, and I'm got a nice background that says I love Toronto because I intend to make that my home as opposed to the backwards province that I am in. But here we are on February the 5th, 2024, and we have a guest in the Five Timers Club. Yes,
Yeah.
a guest who I met through Scotty McCoy, who has been on here 8 times. And my guest here today has made the Five Timers Club because, well, he wants to be as great as Scotty.
I can only hope, man. We all have our dreams, right?
Folks, I love this guy, and I'm even sporting a t-shirt that I won from him
All
for
right.
kids cancer. Let me see. That says I'm running to fight kids cancer. And my guest today and his family had done the Doubtfire Face Challenge, Pie in the Face Challenge for suicide and depression awareness. I was more than happy to show the support back, and I got a little t-shirt for it. So, folks, I give you the absolutely awesome stunt guy and all-around great guy, Brett Harris. How do you do, Brett?
I lost you, Greg.
You lost me. How'd you lose me?
Uh-oh. We lost
Uh,
it.
can you hear me?
Greg,
Yeah.
we lost it there. I lost you for a little bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you cut out on me.
Oh, gee. Well, you missed that nice introduction I gave you.
I'm gonna have to watch back to see, but I'm excited to be back on.
Yeah. Now we got to start off by talking about your beard. What happened? Tell me the story. I mean, I know you've told me the story, but you've got to be shamed on here for now you're down to a little tiny one. We got to talk about
All
that. What happened?
right. So my mom turned 89 years old this past summer,
Mm-hmm.
and her one wish for her birthday was to be able to see her son's gorgeous face and give him a kiss on the cheek without getting a mouthful of hair. So I lopped it off for my mom.
You
I
didn't
couldn't
bring
deny
you
it.
you didn't bring Scotty in instead?
No, no, I gave my mom what she wanted. She got a good kiss on the cheek. I let it grow back a little bit, but I'm going to leave it like this for a while, see what happens.
Actually, you know what? It looks good. So hey, you know?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
got to be the point. I was walking around and I was looking at, and man, like every old guy with gray hair and a beard had the same thing, man. Instead of being something that was different, like is how it started for me, it just
Mm-hmm.
looked rigid like everybody else. So I don't want to be like everybody else.
No, no. Well, you still get the long hair, so that's awesome. I've always wanted to grow my hair out long and find it hard to keep it. How do you keep it?
Uh, it's not hard lately because it's thinning out pretty good, and you can't really see the back.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little taller than everybody else, so they can't see it. It's really starting to. It's getting thin around the top, so I don't know. We've got to see how long it holds out for me. I'm no spring chicken anymore either.
I'm no spring chicken. I wonder, are you younger than me? I am going to be 52 in July. Are you younger than me?
I'm 54.
Oh, you're up on me. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, so we both come up in the 70s. So actually I think you might have been you born in what, 69?
69. Yeah.
Wow, you were born just in the tail end of the 60s. I still remember a little bit of the 70s, though. Not a lot, but I can remember some stuff. So yeah. But but anyway, no, it's great to have you back on here. I just went through an eye surgery. I had torn retina detachment, and a week ago today, my younger brother was driving me to Halifax to get that taken care of, and on the 10th, I just noticed floaties in front of the eye. And then on they told me it was just come with age, and I was like, I accepted that until on the 20th, 10 days exact, I was at work. Both times I noticed this at work, and it was like a shade over this eye. Now, if I close this eye right here, I can't see the screen, but I know there's a light there. But if I wave my hand like this, I can see that something's moving. So that means there's an improvement done.
Well, that's good.
So,
Glad to hear it's
yeah.
improving.
Well, I couldn't see anything waving in front of there before. Like I had a gas bubble put in my eye, and you're awake during the whole thing. They put you under a lot of freezing and stuff, but it's only the second operation I've had in my life. Last one was in 2000 for a rupture operation, which I actually did here. But we went in for the consultation last Monday, and then last Tuesday, I had the operation done. I was nervous, but I've done a lot of research and watched a lot of videos online about it to give me a lot of confidence in it. And besides, the guy doing the surgery was doing several of these that day. I was one of a few. So anyway, I had the surgery done and we came right back home. So it was a 4 hour plus drive but the hotel we were staying in at least had a movie theater right in that building. So I went and saw the Zone of Interest of all things and
That's cool. A movie theater in the hotel.
well,
That's nice.
it wasn't right in the hotel, but if you go out this uh, um go into the parking garage area, you go out and out another door and you're into this mall area. So it's kind of right detached right there. So, but
That's cool.
and
That's something we don't have around here anymore. Malls and movie theaters, they disappeared.
we have a 10 screen theater in a mall here. But I gotta say, when I was in Toronto last fall, like I always connect with Lisa Langlois, and she's always shown me new things in and about Toronto, which is makes it further why I want to move there. Um, so expensive though, but nonetheless, I go there. We went to the VIP theater and I saw Poor Things and I saw Dream Scenario, which were two films we don't have here, and I enjoyed both of them immensely. And then we went to the TIFF Lightbox and saw Eileen with um, Anne Hathaway, and that was interesting to see. So I get to see some new things, and I love the theater experiences there. So a lot more choice because I don't always, I'm not always interested in these big blockbusters. So, but anyway, I went and got that done last week, and hopefully you won't have to go through that. But I'm starting to feel my age, which is something I hope that you don't have to say because you got to do all those stunts.
Oh, I feel it. I got lucky pretty much. Well, I won't really say lucky last year. Actually, I was lucky. I didn't get a whole lot done as far as any of the stunts, but I was busy being a dad and just enjoying family life for most of the year. My kids kept me busy. So I got a little bit of recuperation time in. I feel pretty good going into this year.
Now that American flag you got behind you, is that chicken on that flag?
That's an eagle.
Oh gee, I can see it now. I thought it was two chicken legs.
It's an eagle.
I feel really stupid now saying that. Now I can see the eagle.
It's pretty far back there. I moved myself out a little bit. I got a new setup going for this time around.
Yeah, oh,
Same
I like
room,
your
just a different
background.
setup.
I always put fake backgrounds because my apartment's a mess, but I always try to put Toronto background because I know people at the job I got fired from hated the fact I preferred Toronto over New Brunswick. So this is kind of my personal fuck you to those people. You know,
Yep.
Toronto has a lot more opportunities. It's just much more expensive to live in. And it's not as backwards as where I'm at. So I'm going to continue to shit on New Brunswick. Fuck those people. But nonetheless, Uh, anyway, how are things going with you besides the beard shave? How have things been? I know you've been busy. Any big stunts you've been doing? Because I follow you online, of course.
Well, like I said, I didn't do any kind of major crazy stuff over this past year. Um, well, my son Gage is going to turn 17 in March. So he's up there in the teenage thing. My daughter Tegan's 15, and then Morgan's going to be 9 on Valentine's Day. So the kids are all kind of getting up there a little bit. 2 teenagers, a boy and a girl teenager. But I got thrown in last year. Gage tore his ACL in a football practice. So I went through a knee surgery with him. And that was, it's a lot of running because, well, like you with the eye doctor, the only a doctor that would do it is an hour and a half drive away. So all of the setup appointments and the surgery and all of the follow up appointments. He's good. He's on the mend. He's got maybe another month or so of rehab left to go yet. He'll be ready for the next football season. My daughter Tegan, um, we ran into finding out that she had a couple of heart issues that
Oh,
we
I'm
had to have
sorry.
taken care of. She had a problem with her lower chamber. They took care of that with medicine, but now she's going to have medicine for the rest of her life to fix that. But her upper chamber required like a surgery. It was a 4 hour long surgery. They went in through the arteries in her legs and
Hmm.
then did the surgery that way. Um, I held this meeting off because the 31st of last month, she had an appointment back at the heart doctor and he gave her a good to go. So we got through that one. It
Oh,
was
she
all
already
good.
had the surgery?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
She had the
was that
surgery.
like? How was she nervous?
She's a brave kid. I mean, she was probably not as nervous as I was, but what they had to do was the way the doctor explained it to me was the upper chamber of your heart has like a spark plug which fires it.
Hmm.
For some reason or another, she had multiple spark plugs. So when one would fire, the other ones would fire in succession and giving her a really rapid heart rate. And this would happen different occasions, and then her heart rate would go way up. So like she was hitting over 200 beats a minute at points, and then it would drop again real quick, which was causing all kinds of problems for her. But they went in through her legs, in the arteries in her legs, and cauterized where the extra sparks were. So he said he did a lot of shaving and cauterizing, and he worked on her for 4 hours. It was a nervous time for me there too, but her checkup went good. He says he thinks he got everything he needs to. As long as she takes the medicine, she should be good to go.
Oh, I hope
So
so.
that was scary. And then the youngest one, Morgan, she played her first year of soccer. Um, did really well, scored a goal in the game on a breakaway yet, nonetheless, and her team won the championship. So those 3 kept me pretty busy. Um, Also, my mom and dad celebrated their 68th wedding anniversary,
Oh, wow.
and my dad was recognized. He was a police officer from my hometown in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Here,
Hmm.
he was recognized as the oldest living retired police officer from Pottsville, Pennsylvania. So he is now the oldest remaining Pottsville police officer.
Now, your mom's 89. How old's your
My
dad?
dad's 89 too. They're
Now,
both 89.
when's he going to arrest Scotty for running around in his boxers?
He hasn't arrested anybody in a long, long time. He's
He's not
actually
going to make an
retired.
exception there?
No, he's retired since 1986. So
Wow.
he's been away for a while. But yeah, just a lot of family stuff going on, trying to take care of all of that. Now on my side, I did release my song Zero. That
Okay.
was that was a pretty big hit. It was I figured it was one that you were really gonna like because it was basically about, man, you don't have nothing to prove and you don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it, was the whole basis of the song. So that went over pretty good. That hit with a lot of people liked it. Um, I did ride my 7th year in the Great Cycle Challenge. I did a lot of preparation for that because I wanted to beat my old high record marks.
Hmm.
I had a high record mark of 250 miles I smashed that. I did 262 miles through the month of September. And that's hard for a guy like me because, like I said, I had a lot going on personally. For me to be able to get the time to get out and ride and be able to put those mileage in, it was tough. But on the disappointing end of that, I had my second lowest donation since I started this with just over $1,000.
Oh, I did donate.
I know, and I appreciate that. I really do. I
I
appreciate everybody that donates, even the littlest, tiniest bit. I don't care. And I mean, like, I have it open now for the donations. Like, you could
well,
donate $5 now. You could donate five. You could donate more than once. Even you don't have to donate like $100 or anything like that. I'm just like, hey, donate $5. I mean, I have it open for a while. Donate $5 a couple of times. I mean, it's all cool. But and a lot of people, what pisses me off, and you know this from different things that you did with your
yep.
donations and stuff like that. All right. Like, people don't realize that you can see what they put on Facebook. So when somebody's posting about their big vacation or their new car that they bought, or they went out and just bought 10 bottles of wine or some sort of shit like that, and then they tell you that they're a little broke right now and they can't donate to it, oh man, that burns my ass bad. I ran into a lot of that last year too. I mean, I know things were tight and all, but I things are tight for me too. A lot of people don't realize, and like, I count on a lot of this stuff. The last couple of years have been killing me because I kind of gave up doing the stunt thing, and I haven't been doing the big stunts because I was thinking about leaning into the movies a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Well, doing this other stuff was how I got paid. So if I don't have any of that coming in, I'm not making any money either. And I was basically a stay-at-home dad all year last year. I
You
had
know
very
what?
little.
It's funny you say that. Yeah. Um, I had an actress on my show last year, Max Waza. And yes, I'm calling her out here. I was happy to have her on, had a really delightful interview with her. And then when I got asking her about what charity she's involved with, and she mentioned like St. Jude's and stuff like that that's on her website. So I told her, I said, I'll make a donation if you'll do the Doubtfire Face Challenge. And she seemed to be very down with that. You know, she had mentioned that her brother was a circus clown of some sorts and had pied her before. So I was like, okay, do the video. And I said, I'm happy to make a donation. So I made a donation towards whatever the music thing was on her webpage. And whatever reason, it didn't tag her to it. So she asked me if I would make a donation to St. Jude's. So I said, sure, I'll do that, you know, because I said, I'll do that because I said, your video could reach a lot of people because you got a lot of fans. So I did that. And then Christmas passes. I let it be over Christmas. And come January, I reached out, touched base with her about it again. And got a message from her. And she says that um, she got some hesitation from her agent. I don't believe she has an agent. I believe it was her, but I can't prove that. She says that she got some pushback from her agent saying that she should not be doing this and blah blah blah. And she talked about doing a video like this. It's on the internet forever for people to see. And I'm like, yeah, it's for
Yeah.
suicide and depression awareness. So she said she'd donate to mine, and I basically, less than polite words, told her to fuck off. I said, "You keep your donation." I said, "You just ripped me off on two donations I made to your charities." And she fired back and said that she did not rip me off. I said, "Yes, she did, because you knew what I expected of you, and you didn't come through. Why? Because you got too much fucking vanity, didn't want a pie in your face because people would see it. You know, when Sandy Johnson did the challenge, she was Judith Myers in Halloween. She got really creative. Her husband was dressed up as Michael Myers, put the pie in her face. She did it. I donated to Tunnels for uh, what was that called? It was something to do with the families for the people that died in 9/11.
Oh, tunnels
The
to towers.
Tunnels of Towers. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I donated to that. Sandy Johnson did the challenge and she put it on Facebook, and the response to it was so overwhelmingly positive. you know? And Nancy McLaughlin of Jason Lives did it in front of props from the movie. My friend Lisa Langlois did it. Uh, Tori Wilson and James Elba, the wrestlers, and Teal Piper, they did it. But yeah, Max was too fucking full of herself to do it. And I'm just gonna call her out like that. Um, I was happy to have her on the show, but I'm not too fucking impressed with her response to that. It was a pie in the face, and you could have nominated people in the industry and get this out there, but because she was too fucking vain. Oh, I might ruin my makeup. People out there are gonna see me do it. Really?
Yeah. Well, this is one with the Great Cycle Challenge. People can post anonymously too. Like you don't have to put your name and stuff on there if you don't want to, if you don't want to be associated with it, or because I have a couple of people that do that. They're bigger stars that just don't want to have their name out there like that, which is fine because they're still donating, right? But now
Uh,
you say about calling people out. I've been, I think the last couple of times I've on here, I've been hitting around over somebody that screwed me in the indie
mhm.
horror business. I gave them one last shot, and I wanted to have them donate and did not. Hayden
Wow.
Newman.
Hayden
Hayden Newman
Newman.
screwed me on Reunion from Hell. I bought two perks that never showed up in the movies and I never got refunded for. And I gave the opportunity, hey, all right, look, we'll call this even. All right. All you got to do is donate to my charity. And I'm fine. I'm cool with everything and we're good. We can go on. Nothing. Completely ghosted.
Wow,
And that,
really?
yeah, I'm still pissed. You know how you get pissed about stuff? I'm like really pissed
Yeah.
about that because I thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to be a guy about this. I'll be cool with it. Okay. All right, whatever happened, I got excuse after excuse after excuse. I had to kiss ass to try to get the DVD that I paid for to find out that I didn't get my perks. But then when hey, all right, let's just make this right. Just donate to my challenge for me. It's for a good cause. It's for kids' cancer. How could you go wrong? You know,
Yeah.
but nothing. No, zilch. And
I've
this,
had
I'm telling, I'm
Hayden.
like the whole indie horror thing. Like I don't know. I feel I feel kind of like maybe that put me in a situation where I'm at now because I did give up the stunts and stuff for it so that I could do the movies. And I was like, all right, this is pretty cool transition. Get out of the stunts, do the movie thing. It'd be good. But now I'm 5 years into this and I got absolutely jack shit to show for any of it, really. And I got to try to somehow or another get back into stunts so that I can make some money again. Because, like
You
I
know,
said, this is like Scotty and those guys. Scotty has a job he loves. Nothing against Scotty. I think he's a great guy and everything, but he doesn't have any kind of sense of urgency to do these things. I didn't just act in one of his movies. I gave up my reputation for it. I put my acting skills and everything else on the line, but I put my reputation on the line too. And I more or less took myself out of the sports world as an athlete. And that's crushing me right now because it's so hard for me to try to get back into it where I could actually get anything. And at 54 years old, I don't bounce like I used to either. So, kind of rolled the dice and took a gamble there. I mean, I was taking a risk on my own. So, but it's still like, you know what I mean? I was thinking that was going to be pretty cool. We could get into that. Now, I got screwed on Reunion from Hell for the perks. I did that Z Dead End. I haven't been hearing anything about that.
I haven't heard
Sam
anything
Hain,
of that either, and I'm involved with that too.
Sam Hain pretty much got thrown under the carpet. I was the only one really doing anything with that. And by the way, I did do 31 Days of Relic for Halloween this past year too. That led up to my commentary that I did. I played my version of the film and did a commentary over it. That was fun to do for the month. That was pretty cool. That
Where's
was
your
another one of
version of
the
the film again?
on my YouTube page.
I
Real
gotta
Danger
look
Dude.
that up. I gotta look that up. I haven't seen it yet, and I need to do that. So, yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I've always donated to your cause because I appreciate the fact that you went out and did this, and you got your family involved with it. I know your kids were so reluctant to do that to you and your wife, they were so reluctant.
I couldn't
But
keep Morgan's face out of it. She was trying to eat it the whole
oh,
time
I
they were
saw her
filming
tongue kept dipping.
it.
But I always try to show appreciation. Like my friend Lisa Langlois, an actress that I've told you about. She's got something going on right now too. I won't get into details, but it's incredibly urgent and important, and um a situation where she needs had to reach out for people for help. And I've donated twice. I shared it out to people that knew her. And she called me and said, Greg, you didn't have to donate twice. And I was like, that's what friends do for each other. They have each other back. And she did a Doubtfire Face challenge. I got screwed on the Doubtfire Face challenge. I got
Uh-oh, I'm
vilified for
losing
it
you
on,
again.
huh? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Really stuck.
Oh
There
boy,
you
can
are.
you? There we are. Okay.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I got vilified by the folks from 13 Fanboy over the Doubtfire Face challenge by people like Debbie Sue Voorhees, Judy Aronson. I did make peace with a few people, but those two, it's going to take a while. It's interesting. I got called a stalker in that movie. Yeah, Laura Park Lincoln came on last year and gave me the contact info for Terry Kaiser. She was involved with 13 Fanboys. She doesn't believe anything about that was said about me. And Tracy Savage has been on here like 5 times. She's in the Five Timers Club. These are people that would not associate with somebody they believe is a stalker. So
Yeah.
I got done wrong by 13 Fanboys. So fuck that movie. And there's been people that look, if I'm nice enough to make a donation to your cause, I don't think you don't have to go out and buy a pie, buy some paper plates at the Dollarama and get a little thing of whipped cream and spray it on there. It's simple and it's cheap.
Yeah.
But
And it's fun.
yeah, and Max Waza couldn't bring herself to do that. And now I said some stuff to her I probably shouldn't have said. And she told me, you're a better person than that. Well, my response to that is I thought she was a better person than this too, you
Yeah, it
know?
goes both ways.
Yeah. And yes, I blew my top at her, but it's like, you know what? She says she didn't rip me up, but yeah, she kind of did because she knew
I
what
don't
I
know
was
what's up with
expecting.
our reception today. It's got to
Yeah,
be mine.
it's probably yours. I can hear you though.
I'm lagging.
Yeah. There you go. I can see you now.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I hated to blast Max on that, but it pissed me off. Like the folks from Desperate Souls, they all did it. And they got Angel Bradford in on it and everything.
Yeah.
So, but but even when I showed Sandy Johnson's Doubtfire Face challenge to some of the other Halloween alum that she had nominated, even they said, well, if they do one, they'd have to do them all. And I'm like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. So I haven't been advertising charities the way I have been because it's just I'm getting screwed over. I got a visa bill now. I had a root canal done. I had this eye surgery done. I got to take care of me. And
Yeah.
yep. And I decided I'm just going to support the people that have had my back, like Lisa, like yourself, you know? So yeah, I've
That's how
always
to
been,
that's where the song that I did Zero, that's where that all came from. I just all this frustration was built up in me and I was like, man, you know what? I got to get this out. And I did. It's the most aggressive song I've done. And it's just it worked out perfect for me. I think the recording on it and everything, considering I recorded it in my attic by myself, I play all the instruments, do the sing, you know what I mean? It came out exactly how I wanted it to. That old 80s garage band style sound.
mhm.
And I put my mom's not much for the cursing thing. Of course, song's called Zero. I didn't add zero fucks in on the title, but that's basically what it is. But everybody that I played it for, like in my family, they're all like, "Oh my god, you're so angry in this video. Why are you so angry?" I'm like, "It's an angry song. Of course I'm angry." You know. But
Well, you know
yeah,
what?
that guy.
You're the most far thing from a zero I can think of. This is your fifth time on here. I don't have zeros on here 5 times, you know.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know.
appreciate everything you do for me. I mean, it does help me out.
Well, you know what? I've noticed. It's just too bad people like Max Waza, Sarah Rachel Anticoni is another one. Somebody who's been an indie actress and model. She's another one. Reached out to me for a second interview. I had her on, and I donated to her dog charity. And she tried to tell me that she did the challenge, but she didn't record it. I'm like, bullshit.
And then you do it again and record it.
Yeah, you didn't do the challenge at all. You're just saying you did. Who does that and doesn't record it? Especially when you're going to nominate people.
Yeah.
So, and then there's Linnea Quigley. I donated to one of her animal charities. Now she said she had nobody to record it, but she did kind of back out of it in an email with me. So I'm kind of like, I'm getting tired of this kind of behavior out of these people, because I've always come through on my end. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I watched my dad pass from ALS, and I watched everybody dump ice water over their head for that. And most people didn't even know what it was because it was trending. So I'm not big on click environments, and I realize, oh yeah, I'm being turned down by these people because I'm not worth it. Well, okay, when it comes to these conventions, they're not worth it. I don't need their autograph. They are not permitted to have their picture taken with me. And notice how I worded that. They're not
Yeah.
permitted to have their picture taken with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And that's another thing I'm putting my foot down too, is people that don't do my show and I meet at these conventions. I've had people said, "Well, don't you want to meet the person?" I say they're human just like me. You know, I met Robert Kurtzman, and Marcy King, who are a couple and they're in the effects world, and I met them at Frightmare in the Falls, and I got them to sign my Secret Santa Blu-ray. And I think I was the only one to bring Secret Santa to. And Marcy was so excited she took a picture of her own of myself and Robert Kurtzman, the effects artist, to send to Adam Marcus. Adam's always appreciated my contributions to his project. But I tried to get them on the show, and it looked very, very, very promising towards the end of the year. Then last month, they said they had done so many podcasts and talked about Secret Santas a lot, they had to decline. And I'm like, okay, so basically, you've done all the popular higher up podcast, and you just dumped on me because I'm not important enough. Yet, you're expecting people like me to buy your merch at cons. And I'm getting to the point now where if they don't do the show, I don't care who they are. They don't get to sign merch for me. I want to pay attention to the people that have been good to me, you
That's the
know?
best way to do it. And
Yep.
that's I do the same thing. If people are helping me out, like I look at my social media and stuff like that. I know who's hitting the likes and who's commenting on all of my stuff, and I do the same thing for them. But I'm not going to go through spending 2.5 hours every day going through everybody that's on my like list and hitting all of their stuff, and then I never hear or see anything at all from them. You wouldn't believe how many times a day I get invitations to join this page or join that page or
Same
be a
here.
part of this group or be a part of that group. And I go through and I look at my page and I don't see that person's name on one thing that I ever did.
I hear you.
And like I said, I'm out there now. I'm working as an ambassador for Panda Supplements. It did some of the best nutritional products I've ever used in my life. When I say hit up pandasups.com and use my code Danger Dude, you not only do you get a discount on what you buy, but that's part of what helps to support me too. You know,
Oh,
it's little
wow.
things
Is
like,
that what your shirt's all about?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow. I need to
yeah,
look into that because I'm
sports
trying to
nutrition
get,
company.
yeah, I need to look into stuff like that too because I'm trying to eat better myself, you know?
Pre-workouts, protein fuels, all that kind of stuff. They have an everyday kind of thing that I take. The greens and golds, superfoods. I mean, like I said, I'm not young anymore. For me to be able to do this kind of stuff, I need some kind of nutritional support. And Panda Subs, man, they have it all. So
Send me
yeah,
the
that's something
link.
I
Send
will.
me the link. Yeah, I need to
Anybody
look
else?
in.
Pandasups.com. Everything code danger, dude. You'll get a discount, and I get a little bit. I get a little bit of a commission on the back end of it. So we both. It's a win-win. You get a discount, I get a commission, and
Wow.
that's kind of how I keep myself going through that and the little bits I get here and there doing other stuff. I'm heavy into sports trading cards,
Uh-huh.
like the classic X Games type stuff from the 2000s and things. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
little eBay store that I do that. I mean, I have some stuff that I do on the side, but I don't want people to like donate to me or pay for a subscription to my channel. I have all this awesome content or whatever like that. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I have my sponsors. This year, GoPro is going to be catching all of my action again. EVS Sports is going to be trying to protect me from all of the mayhem that I'm going to put myself through. I had to go get some padding company to help me out this year because I do have some stuff planned. Whether I'll get to it or not, I don't know. Last year threw me a bunch of curveballs, like I said. So we'll see what happens.
Well, you know what? I'm definitely gonna look into this. I've been looking for something of that nature, you know, and I'll have to look into that, see what comes up. Um, I'm right now, for the first time in my life, in debt because of root canal and everything else. I have to get,
Oh,
yeah. But you know what? It, I'm not worried about paying that. It's just gonna be done in installments, and I'm right now working two cleaning jobs, you know, so uh, I will have two incomes coming in, and both my jobs know I have the other jobs, and they seem to be okay with it as long as I'm getting my work done, which I do, you know. Um, and then I do these when I get the chance, and yeah, but I don't know, but I have always donated, and I've always told you too, Brett, you're allowed to tag me in any of that stuff.
and you know what? That's another one of those things that I kind of try to avoid a little bit tagging
I
other people
know.
in.
And Rob Mahoney told me the same thing. He's been told, don't tag, don't tag. I've told this to Carrie Yates. Feel free to tag me anytime you want to. You've got my permission. You're allowed. I won't snap at you about it.
Yeah, and I'm not one for sending messages a lot either. Now
Uh-huh.
when the cycle challenge comes around, I will send out some messages.
Absolutely.
And I forget who it even was now. That's how important they were to me. You had mentioned to me that somebody had a problem with that and blocked me. But hey, if that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. Then I don't need you on my list anyway, you know.
Yeah.
But I try to keep all of that stuff where I'm bothering people to a minimum. What I want to post, I'll post all my stuff on there. Hey, if you want to share it, share it. If not, like I'm not a salesman, I'm an athlete. And I always
Hmm.
said that. And that kind of is one of the things that maybe holds me. I've been told that holds me back. I'm not enough of a salesman. I don't, I like to just go out and do stuff. You know, I'm an action guy. I'm not into that sitting behind the scenes trying to write emails and coming up with this template or that template on how I'm going to sell this stuff. I just want to go out and promote it and do my job. And here it is. If you want to get in on it, get in on it. If not, well, who cares? You know, I'm going to do it anyway, whether somebody gets in on it or not, you know.
Well, like I said, I got this t-shirt. I'm wearing it with pride. I'll show that off here again, you know. Look at that. Yeah. Folks, Brett Harris sent that to me. I think you drew my name or something like that as one of the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I usually do drawings. Um,
Do you
And that's another
use a
thing.
pen or pencil for that drawing?
I usually write everybody's name down with a marker, so it's a marker. But
Yeah.
no, what I do is most of the year I try to draw attention to the Great Cycle Challenge so that people will donate. But
Hmm.
like I said, I need to get some money from the other things that I do too, because well, now like the bikes that I ride and stuff like that, they don't come cheap. And I rode 262 miles in the month of September last year. That doesn't count all of the months beforehand where I was exercising and practicing and working out and stuff, trying to get to the point that I could do that. I wear bike parts out. I need tires. I blow tires. I need inner tubes. My bikes need repairs and stuff too. The money for that's got to come from somewhere also. The more money I got to spend on my bikes to keep them going and stuff like that, the less I can actually donate into the charity. So anybody that does any of the other stuff to help offset that, that's where all of that hitting the likes and boosting me in the algorithm type stuff comes in too. It doesn't cost
Yeah.
anything to share and like either.
No, no, that's true. No, I'm always open to supporting you, and no, I certainly understand where you're coming from. It's hard when you're trying to do something that helps people, and you get people that you thought were your friends or thought would be supportive. The worst to me is not people I have no problem people turning down the doubt for a challenge. It's people that go back on it after I've donated to their cause. That pisses me off. And Max could say whatever she wants. She knows she did me wrong there, whether she'll admit it or not. She could talk it however she wants to. You know, if you don't want to do it, say so from the get-go. You know, don't play this. Well, I could get money from my causes. Why? And then she said, well, I could donate to you. No, no, because the video challenge has a further reach than just a donation.
Yeah. And like I said too, these people forget. You can see a lot of things on Facebook. All right. I have
Yeah.
over 1,300 friends or followers. All
Yeah.
right. And I work my ass off for the cycle challenge. You know that.
Hmm.
I had 23 people off of my Facebook page donate last year. Over 1,300 friends and followers on my Facebook page. 23 donated.
Wow, that's
That's
disheartening, isn't it?
it's disgusting. Yeah, it really is. It makes me wonder why are those people on my Facebook page?
Why? Because a lot of people add people because, oh, they got a lot of people in common with them, and it makes them look good by boosting their numbers. I don't even have in the 4 digits of friends on my Facebook. And it's funny because of the shit people. Here's a story for you. Here's a story for you. This is how petty and stupid people are. And this is going to sound a little off topic, but bear with me. There was an article that was on Google a few months back, and it was saying that the Academy Awards could make history if Lily Gladstone wins Best Actress at the Academy Awards because she'd be the first Indigenous woman to do it. I got nothing against Lily Gladstone. I'm gunning hard for Emma Stone to win for Poor Things because I'm a huge Emma Stone fan and I've seen Poor Things and she's brilliant in it. But I made a comment and it was nothing against Lily Gladstone, but I asked the question, is she being nominated for her performance or is she being nominated because she's Indigenous? And there is a difference.
Yes, there definitely is.
I put that comment on. I lost 4 friends on Facebook. Now, was I being racist? I don't think so.
No.
This is what social media is. A bunch of keyboard warrior assholes.
Yeah.
One person had told me, he said, why don't you say racist one more time, Goober? And I said, why don't you, after you're done drinking the Kool-Aid, come down here and call me Goober to my face? Quit hiding behind a keyboard.
Yeah, they're all tough when they're behind that.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, they're tough when they're behind that. I've handled a 10-foot Burmese python in my day. I'm not afraid of people. Um, I don't deal with that. But I said nothing against Lily Gladstone. I just asked a really good question. And somebody else had stated that, well, Lily Gladstone likely won't get nominated again. This is a chance for her to win. Emma Stone will receive nominations a lot in the future. And I'm like, here's my problem with that. Meryl Streep's won 3 Oscars, but she's been nominated probably more than anybody. And it kind of looks embarrassing to be nominated countless times just for because, well, we need one more person. Let's throw in Meryl Streep, or let's throw in Denzel Washington, or let's throw in this person or that person because they did a movie this year. And it's like, I'm glad Meryl won her third, but it's like, I don't want to see Emma Stone become one of these people that's got one win for La La Land and like 20 nominations. I'm sorry, that just looks bad.
Yeah,
Yep,
the 19 losses kind of overshadow the one win.
yep, yep. So I've always been one, they've always said, well, it's this person's already won, so maybe this person. No, give it to the best fucking performance. I remember in 2017, James Franco won the Golden Globe for playing Tommy Wiseau in The Disaster Artist. He won. And because of the Me Too movement, he got shut out of an Oscar nomination. And I remember they replaced him with a performance by Denzel Washington in a movie that nobody saw. Why? Because it was convenient to throw Denzel Washington in there because he's won twice before. And you knew Denzel wasn't going to win this. It was just throw him in there.
Yeah,
It pissed me off. And I was like, you know, I can separate the art from the artist. I don't, I know Kevin Spacey's been, people have attacked him for various things. I can still watch his movies because he's a terrific actor. I can still watch Woody Allen movies, because if when you stop and think about it, if you really want to stop and think about it, there's dirty laundry and skeletons in everybody's fucking closet. So,
absolutely.
you know, so if that's the case, let's cancel everybody and go back into our fucking caves. But speaking of which, you and I are both wrestling fans, and speaking of canceling, things aren't looking good for Vince McMahon right now, huh?
Oh my God, some of those stories are great.
I love listening to Jim Cornette talk about it. I love Jim Cornette. But Vince McMahon's an example of a guy who treats everybody as independent contractors because he's a cheap. Number one, I don't think Vince is tough. People say, well, he's a big, intimidating guy. Yeah? Tell that to Bret Hart or Bad News Brown or Nails or anybody else that's beating the living shit out of him in his office who had
Yeah,
smaller arms than he has.
being big and intimidating looking and being tough are not the same thing either.
Like if somebody said to me, Brock Lesnar was going to meet me outside for a fight, I would hide. But if somebody told me Vince McMahon was going to meet me outside, I'd be like, okay, let's go. I wouldn't be afraid of him. And I'm a
Yeah,
lot
and
smaller than him. He's just a big fucking pussy.
now you said Brock Lesnar. He's the one that I feel like is really getting shit on. Pun
Yeah.
intended on that one. But he's the one that I really feel is getting shit on in this whole deal because I don't think he had a whole lot to do with anything, and he's somehow caught in the middle of it all now.
He's caught in the middle of it. John Laurinaitis and
Well,
I've been,
Laurinaitis, I think, had a lot more involvement in it than what Lesnar did. It sounds like Lesnar just got run over by the train in that one.
yep, yep. But I mean, but I knew a lot of stuff about Vince previous because I've had Princess Victoria on the show 3 times, and Princess Victoria had no love for Vince or Moolah or Hogan. Hogan's not involved with the Vince stuff here. She just had dislike for Hogan for other reasons, but But I've been listening to a lot about the Lee Cole stuff online, and his brother, of course, was involved in WWE and committed suicide, and about the Ring Boy scandals and this and that. And there's a lot of stuff that was Vince covered up, you know. And Vince likes to play this ownership thing over people, you know. It's like step out in the parking lot, Vince, see who owns who, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Shawn Michaels was a champion in the ring, but he was a jobber in the locker room. You know, it's just, but, but yeah, I've been following that, and
Looks like I
it's,
lost you a little bit again.
oops, you got me now? There we go. There we go. But yeah, what do you think of this whole WWE thing?
I don't know. I think there's a lot to come out of it yet. It's everybody's just going kind of wild on it right now. But I don't know. Going back, depending on where it was at, like the '80s, we both lived through the '80s. The '80s were a wild time. You get into that Attitude Era and stuff like that with WWE. I couldn't even imagine half of the stupid shit that they were doing back then.
Yeah, I like wrestling from the 70s and 80s. If I watch wrestling, that's where I go to, 70s and 80s and Japan, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I go. Some in the 90s, you know, but I'm trying to kind of lay off of Shawn Michaels, you know, because he's trying to turn himself around, but I didn't like him desecrating on the Canadian flag the way he did, you know. I didn't care for that. But so I don't watch a lot of Shawn Michaels, but there's a lot of stuff that decisions Vince has made, and I think he plays this, well, I own you, I own you. Well, it's easy to sit behind a desk and use money to own people. It's another thing to step out into a parking lot where Vince knows he'd get owned. Because
Yeah.
I don't recall any stories of him ever winning a fight.
Well, putting it on the other way around though, like a lot of these people, especially later on, they knew what they were signing into. What's going on with it and stuff like that. You're selling your soul to Vince McMahon.
Hmm.
And if you're going to sign on that dotted line, then, you know, you're signed on the dotted line.
Yeah,
You kind of put yourself there.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, I've been listening to a lot of stuff talking about how Linda McMahon's involved in this. I don't know how much, but like I said, the Lee Cole stuff's been interesting. And that's Wrestling with the Devil. I think that YouTube channel is. It's been very interesting going into stuff about WWE's dark past. And I've always liked Stephanie McMahon, but I don't know. Like I don't know how much Gene Shane knew about this, but nonetheless, um, wrestling's become a circus, and it's become a lot less believable. I don't really follow it. I'll probably check out what's going to happen at WrestleMania, but it kind of looks like Cody might be shortchanged for The Rock right now, which
I don't have any
like
respect for Cody.
no.
No. He lost. See, here's the thing with him. All right.
Hmm.
He let them shit all over him in the WWE. All right. Stardust
Yeah.
was the works. I made fun of that character in one of my old YouTube videos I did. All right.
Hmm.
That was the worst thing. He didn't like it. So, all right. He grew his balls and he said, you know what? I don't like this. I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm out of here. He went out. He did better for himself. He created a better character, created his own organization. Okay. Became an EVP of that organization, led that organization in a couple of short years to be a challenge for WWE. And then he decides he's going to piss all over that organization and go back to WWE. And now, the way he dresses and acts in WWE, he thinks he's an EVP there too. and he's not. And I laugh every time they shit on him and they screw his story and everything else that they do. It just makes me chuckle because I love it. Because, dude, you had it in AEW. You left WWE and pissed all over them to create AEW, and then you piss all over AEW and go back to WWE. Come on, make up your mind. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do? I don't like that bouncing back and forth. Oh, well, I don't like this place, so I'm going to go create a whole new place that's going to be the best place ever for me. And then all of a sudden, well, guess what? You know what? I'm still a mid card wrestler because all he really is a mid card wrestler. At least in AEW, he had the EVP status to go with it. Now he's just a mid card wrestler that thinks he's an EVP in WWE, and they're shitting all over him, and I like it.
Well, if we get The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, I hope Roman Reigns comes out on top.
I don't know. I'm about sick of him too, but I don't care anymore because that belt's meaningless now.
Yeah. But I don't really watch AEW either, except I love listening to Jim Cornette talk about it. I can listen to Jim Cornette all day. I can listen to him all day, but I do like the women's division in wrestling. I still love Charlotte Flair. You know, I'll always love Charlotte Flair because she managed to make a niche for herself while doing something that David Flair wasn't able to do.
Yeah,
She made it her I made it her own, and I do think we got a lot of great women in wrestling right now, and I'm quite pleased with what I'm seeing out of the women's division. But so many people shit on Charlotte, but Charlotte to me, if I was to go to a wrestling convention, Charlotte would be somebody I definitely want to meet.
yeah.
I can't say that about a lot of the ones that are currently wrestling, but Charlotte, yes, I like Charlotte. You know. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about you got the relic cut of Samhain on your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out because
yeah.
I want to see it. I wasn't majorly, and Scotty knows this, I was not majorly impressed with that movie. But I know I make a lot of comments online getting him going about you and the stale cereal because he posts all these pictures of all this nice food. And I'm like, are you going to share some with Brett?
Yeah, that cereal was a good one. Um, I what I did with that cut though was I cut all of the garbage out of the original one. Like I said, I didn't have any new scenes or anything like that to use. I had to use the original movie. But what I did was I cut a bunch of the garbage out of it. I cleaned up some audio here and there. I fixed some of the video. Um, Zoomed in on Relic a couple of times here. One
Hmm.
of the images that I got was probably one of the scariest images of Relic out of the movie. Was from me zooming in on it. Um, was able to change the storyline around a little bit because I cut a lot of the nonsense stuff out. Uh, the girl that I drowned in the cereal in the original version, she was pregnant from a guy that you could tell looked like way much older than what she was. So I cut all of the pregnant bits out of it where, you know what I mean? Now here I did enough of crazy killing in it to start with, let alone killing a pregnant girl in a bowl of cereal.
Oh, I
But I
like
cut
that
the
death scene.
yeah, well, I cut the pregnant part out of it. All of the parts where Relic was a sexual abuser and all of that, I cut that stuff out. He was more or less just kind of crazy in my version of it. There was no
Hmm.
child molestation crap in it or anything. I cut all of that out of it.
Hmm.
So I cleaned it up a little bit. I changed the beginning. The original beginning had me killing the little girl right away in the beginning, which killing the girl was my idea. And in the original script, she didn't get killed. But I told Scotty, I said, if we're going to start this thing off, let's start it off with a bang. Let me kill that girl in the beginning. I think killing the girl was probably the right idea, but having it right in the beginning was not good because you really didn't know who this was. It's just some guy walking around, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he picks up a tire iron and splits the brain pan of this little girl that's hopscotching. And you're like, what the hell? Why? You know? So I left that for a little bit farther in and kind of gave the radio description of okay, Justin Freed escaped from the asylum and all of this. So you knew there's a killer out and on the loose. And then when you see me picking up the tire iron and going after the girl, you know, oh, Jesus, that's that killer that escaped. So I think that's smoother. You know, I changed a couple things here and there just to kind of smooth it out because the original one didn't have a whole lot of flow either. It
No.
was there was no flow to it at all. So I shaped up the audio a little bit, did a little bit with the video, put a little bit more flow into it, changed things around. I rid of some of the nonsense that didn't need to be in it. A lot of the boring bits that you're falling asleep trying to get through, I just cut them
Yeah.
out. I think I cut like 28 minutes total out of it.
Okay. Well, how are things going with 72? I know Scotty said that he's been slowly working, chipping away at it.
I have no idea. I kind of, if it ever gets released, it gets released. Whatever. That's another one of those things, man. I put so much time and everything, and my family put a lot of time. You know, we were all really looking forward to that. I couldn't wait. Everybody was so excited as we were going through it, and now it's just back burner for 3 years.
Hmm. Well, Scotty still speaks well of you, you know. I had him on here for the eighth time last month, and I always bring you up, of course, and I know he had to put his podcast on the back burner. He usually has me on December, and I wasn't on there, and so he's been moved into a new house and this and that, and so but I've kept in touch. I'll tell you one funny story with him though. You remember the story about Judy Aronson and 13 Fanboy?
Yeah.
I guess there was a convention somewhere handy to where he was there, and they had some of the Friday the 13th, the final chapter people there. Now, they had some of those at Frightmare in the Falls that I was at too, and Judy wasn't one of them. And I'm like, oh, gee, I wonder why she didn't come.
Yeah.
And anyway, I guess she was at the one Scotty was at. And this is one of the things I love about Scotty. Because unlike some people from 13 Fanboy, they weren't sucking up to Debbie Sue because she's more famous than me, you know? Scotty went up to Judy Aronson and said he just had a question for her. And he said, why are you treating Greg Gilbert like such shit? And he said she looked like she lost all color in her face and looked like a deer caught in headlights. And then she tried to say she didn't know. Say she tried to say she didn't know who I was. And of course she fucking knows. Tim
Yeah.
White connected us, you know. And because of her, whatever the fuck's wrong with her, and Debbie Sue certainly didn't help matters. I put 3K into 13 Fanboy, and it pisses me off how I was treated, and I was vilified over the Doubtfire Face Challenge. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's I mean, when you're backing something as high as that, that's they should be doing whatever they can to help you out.
Yep. And I just thought it would be a great idea to have all these names come in and do the suicide and depression challenge. And Debbie Sue not only shit all over it, but her whole attitude was, it makes suicide and depression. It makes no, it doesn't. It doesn't make fun of it any more than dumping ice water does with ALS. And people went along with that because it was trending. You know, it's funny, something else is not allowed to trend. But anyway, and then she goes around and she says, I think people just need to learn to love each other and get along. That sounds about as phony as the thoughts and prayers thing you hear politicians say every time there's a school shooting.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. I'm like, fuck off. Do something about it and quit your talking, you know? That's what I say to that. So anyway, Scotty went up there and said that, and I was like, wow. Scotty said the difference between me and Debbie Sue Voorhees, he said that my story has been consistent. He said he can't say that about her. So, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff said about me about that. Like, a screening of 13 Fanboy got canceled because of my actions. Meanwhile, I'm seeing a photo online of various people from that movie that were saying this to me, and they were at that screening. And Debbie Sue, I got a message from her, an email from her, where she said nothing was canceled because of my action. So I got that. So I can throw that at Vincent DeSante and Christopher Norris and any other person that has accused me of that. Um, I made peace with Jason Bradford, which I'm glad I was able to. So he and I are good now. But Debbie Sue and Judy Aronson, no, we're not. We're not. But I am blessed the fact that people like Lar Park Lincoln, Tracy Savage, who were bigger names in that film, they still associate with me. And that says a lot about them
Well, it
and
says a
how
lot
they
about you too.
it says a lot about, well, Tracy's been on the show 5 times and she's the one I had the crush on. She's not running for the hills.
No.
Yep. So again, and I'm happy I had enough power to keep Judy from coming to a con. Good. Because I can't promise I wouldn't say nothing to her either. I can't promise that, you know. But that seems to be the way it is. You and I just aren't popular enough. But you know what?
Oh, I don't. Hey, at least you got people talking about you. Nobody even knows who I am.
They do through me. I talk about you,
Yeah.
you know. I'm honored to support your cause. I don't have a lot of money to put towards it, but it's,
Hey,
at
like I
least
said, it
put,
doesn't take a lot.
yeah. I try to. It's like I said, I remember, you backed me and I was happy to back you. So shame on people like Max Wazza who pulled her stunt. I had her on once. I was happy to. I won't have her on again, and I won't meet her at a con. And other people like Sarah Rachel Antacone, and I could probably name quite a few others. You know, not putting up with that. I'll support the people that have my back. I'm not making any money off of that, not a cent. But people in this, well, this will be out there for everybody to see forever. Like, who cares? Jeepers, if you're willing to show up in a movie half fucking naked, that's gonna be out there forever, then I'm pretty sure this is okay.
Yeah. Some of the stuff in these movies is a hell of a lot worse than that. And I've been
Yeah.
watching, that's another one of these things that burns my ass kind of too, man. I've been watching some of these other indie films and stuff that everybody's been talking about. And I don't know. I'm like not impressed with a lot of them.
I haven't backed one in a long, long time. I got my picture in The Witches in the Sand, because Tony Martin's a good dude. And I got my think picture or something in or I bought a Blu-ray from Desperate Souls. And but outside that, I haven't I'm not a co-producer on anything or associate producer on anything. And a lot of that is due to 13 Fanboy. They kind of wrecked that for me. I don't like being looked down on, and I think there's room for everybody. And these people that won't do my podcast, but they'll do every other podcast out there. Well, you get those other podcasters to line up at your table and buy your merch. I won't do it. You know, don't
Yeah.
do the show. I don't give you merch. I don't give you money for your merch. It's just, I might sound bitter, but look, I gotta give myself a little bit of respect that they're not giving me, and that's where I stand on that. And yeah, I watched, I saw another podcaster put something like this online, and there's at least two other more successful podcasters come on there and were backlashing him about, well, they don't have to say yes and blah blah. Yeah, but I bet they said yes to you. Bet they said yes to you, you know? So that's how I'm gonna take it. And then people, anytime I say, well, I'm not going to meet these people. Don't do my show. You always get one of these people say, well, don't you want to meet the person? As if they're fucking a royalty or something. I'm like, no, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Why
I always
should,
said that. I never considered myself an actor, and I
no.
still don't. I'm an athlete, and I said
Mhm.
that. I'm crazy ass stunt guy athlete that got lucky, ran into Scotty, and got to start doing this stuff. But I've been watching these other people that think they're like these ultimate indie actors and stuff like that. And all right, Sam Hain wasn't the greatest movie ever, but if you look at my job that I did on Relic, all right, I think I did a decent job with Relic. And like I
Mhm.
said, I'm not an actor. I think I did a good job as the killer. I did a better job as the killer than a lot of these other ones that I'm watching in these movies. My role as Randy in the Friday the 13th Dead Before Dusk that we did. All right, Dead Before Dusk may not have been the best fan film ever. Maybe it doesn't have a million views or anything like that. But if you go back and you look at my role as Randy, now I'm not an actor. I said that. Look at what I did with Relic. Look at what I transitioned to as Randy. Like, again, that character is freaking great. And then Gage, my son, playing my son Eric in it. The Randy and Eric in that I think were hilarious. I thought they were really good. And we may never get to see it, but my portrayal of Rick in 72, well, Rich in 72 was, I think, again, I did another great job that may never get put out there. And even if it does, I don't know what it's going to look like because I'm not. And that's another one of the things with the movies. When I'm shooting my stunts and everything, I make sure I have every shot before I move on to the next shot. I don't leave before I know I got everything that I needed to get that day.
Mhm.
And it seems like that definitely wasn't done with Sam Hain because none of the shots were what they were supposed to be or expected. And
Mhm.
apparently that's the big holdup on 72 also is problems with the shots and trying to fix everything. But it's hard because I'm going out there and putting 150% and my reputation on the line,
Mhm.
and it's totally in the hands of somebody else as to how it's going to come out.
Yeah. Did
And
Scotty
then,
run around in his boxers in 72?
no. But like I don't know, man. I'm 5 years into this now, and I haven't been impressed by it yet. I thought it was going to be the next level for me. It ended up taking me down a level. Now
Well,
I gotta get back into doing what I do, you know.
Well, Carrie Yates walked away from it totally after the 13th fanboy debacle because she didn't send me the screenshots that Debbie Sue was talking about me and that got sent to me, but she got blamed for it, and Carrie Yates just up and walked away from everything altogether. Because Carrie Yates has got other things going on in her life. She doesn't need this load of junk, and she just walked away from it. I had Carrie Yates on again this year, and just shooting the chat and she just walked away from it, and there's others that I'm surprised haven't walked away from it. Rob Mahoney is still involved, but not to the extent that he has been, because Rob's kind of changed his views a bit, and he's got other things on his plate, and it's kind of taken a step back. He's not taken 100% step back, but you could see a definite change in his attitude towards it. And I know there's others that are the same way. It's like I've certainly pretty much 95% walked away from it. I say 95 because there might be something here or there, but I'm not really involved with it anymore. And they could thank Debbie Sue Voorhees for that,
Yeah.
you know, and I
I
just
mean,
don't care.
I'm not totally dismissing it. If the right thing came around, I'd probably jump in for it again and all. But what I did was, and it happened with right off the bat with Sam Hain. I spent so much time trying to build Relic, and still do. Like I said, I did 31 days of Relic for Halloween this past year and stuff. I'm still trying to build Relic, and the whole time I've been trying to build him, I've not been building Danger Dude, which is what I should have been doing in the first place.
Yeah.
So I that's kind of, I guess, a mistake that I made was I thought this was going to go farther or better, I guess, than what
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
And I spend all the time trying to promote these movies and doing that, and I just wasn't promoting myself. So we'll see how. Now this past year, like I said, I had fun just being a dad.
Hmm.
I got kids. It's just being a regular dad was kind of a kick for me. I got to have a lot of fun. You know,
Hmm. Well, tell me, what's coming up for Danger Dude? You got any ideas?
coming up for what?
Danger
Coming up for
Dude.
danger, dude. Um, well, I'm gonna bring some more chaos and mayhem this year yet. I'm not sure what. Like I said, I pulled on EVS Sports as a sponsor, so I'm going to be getting some discounted safety equipment that I'll definitely be putting to the test.
Hmm.
Um, most of it, again, will be based around, I guess, trying to raise some money for the Great Cycle Challenge. I'm going to change things up for that this year too. I'm not going to focus so much on trying to get miles, and I kind of hurt myself with doing that too. Um, Back in 2020, they switched over with COVID. We used to actually do the ride-in in June,
Uh-huh.
which worked out better for me because I'd practice for it April, May, and then June I'd do the ride. And then I'd still have July, August, and early September yet to do more stuff afterwards while the weather was still good. When they moved the riding time to September, that kind of wiped out all that extra stuff. And I was at the thing like where, all right, well, I don't want to go trying to raise all of this money and then get myself hurt and I can't finish up my miles. I felt like I'd be letting everybody down if I didn't do the miles. So between the movies, not wanting to get hurt and messing up the movies, and not wanting to hurt myself and mess up being able to finish my miles, I really laid off on a lot of the other stuff that I did. This year, I'm not going to concentrate so much on the miles. I'm going to try to do some donate and fundraiser type stuff without having to do a million miles for it and see if that way goes. I don't know, maybe learn some new tricks on the bike or something, do some tricks for some money, try
Your
it
kids
that way.
go, your kids go follow in your footsteps?
I don't know. Um, the youngest one, Morgan, she's kind of crazy. She likes to do some stunt type stuff. So she might be the one.
Okay. Okay. Well, I love the fact that you do stuff with your family, and you got that relationship going and that's fantastic. I'm glad that's been working out for you. Um, yeah, I gotta check out that song Zero. I gotta hear that. Something tells me I'm gonna like that and I'm gonna relate to it.
Dude, it is a rocker. Like I said, it's the heaviest, hardest hitting one that I've done.
Well, you know what? I can definitely appreciate that. And I gotta say, I appreciate you, Brett. I um I do see what you're doing. And like I said, when Great Cycle Challenge comes up again, I'm happy to donate again. I'll reach in and make a donation. I'm happy to do that. I don't forget the people that have my back, and so I like to have their back as well. So you've been one of the good ones. So yeah. Have you ever been inspired by Super Dave Osborne?
No, not really.
He's not one of your heroes?
No.
No. Tell me, is your son going to grow facial hair out like you?
He's trying to. He has a little bit of a mustache going, but not too much yet. Like I said, he's only going to be 17 in March, so he got some time.
He's got some time. He's not going to ZZ top that thing out.
I don't know. I don't think so. He does have the long hair though.
Ah, I've always wanted to grow my hair out long, and I always found it hard to keep it, But I don't know, maybe someday, you know. But I always wanted to grow it out long on the back, especially, but I don't know. But nonetheless, it was great to have you come on here today. Please plug your YouTube channel and your other social media on here so people can know where they can support it.
Our pretty much everything is at Real Danger Dude. Facebook, Instagram threads, whatever the hell that is going on now. I got in on that too. And YouTube. It's all just at Real Danger Dude. And
Absolutely.
you can hit up the Great Cycle Challenge is greatcyclechallenge.com/riders/ my name, Brett Harris.
Absolutely. Folks, support the uh, Kids Cancer Cycle Challenge. I'm going to show this t-shirt off again.
All right.
There you go, folks. This is a great t-shirt and a great cause, and Brett Harris, of course, did the Doubt for Our Face challenge, which is something so many of these so-called stars had screwed me over on. Not all of them, but the ones that did screw me over on that hurt. But there's been a lot of good people that's done it as well. Speaking of 13 fanboy, Lar Park Lincoln did do it. You know, it's funny she didn't have a problem with it. Uh, but but I gotta wonder, as far as 13 fanboy goes, is this what Debbie Sue and Judy Aronson wanted?
I doubt it.
Is this what they wanted? You know, how's that whole stalker thing going for them? It's funny. Funny that didn't work out either. You have to have evidence of that. I guess they forgot that. Oh well. I'm glad not everybody sees it that way, so but hey, I always said the folks behind Terrifier 2 did everything 13 Fanboy did, except the people behind Terrifier 2 did it right, which is why that film made $11 million as opposed to 13 Fanboys at 11,000.
Yeah, yeah, that's a little bit of a difference.
Yep. Yeah, but I suppose that's my fault too. I don't care. I don't care, but nonetheless, I appreciate having you on here. Send me the link to the panda, uh, the nutritional thing. I'm going to look into that.
I will. I'll send you all the links you're looking for.
Yeah, I might look into that and see how what I can do with that and see if it works. Of course, I'm in Canada, so I don't know how that will translate for me. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, Brett, it was wonderful having you come on here today with that nice American flag fried chicken, excuse me, eagle background behind you. Can't believe I can see an eagle now. I'm like, how did I screw that up? You know? Oh well. You should bring the kids in there and send them back there and say, what do you see? Okay, you see an eagle. Greg was really seeing things. He was seeing lunch.
Well, in your defense, you did just have eye surgery.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's go there. I can see a hand going across there like that. I can't see anything else, but I know there's something moving there. So it's gonna heal. It's only been a week, so I go in for my another follow-up appointment tomorrow. So I'm hoping got a gas bubble in there. So and I know it's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks or something of that nature before that completely dissolves. But I was told to take about a week off work, and I said, "Look, if I don't work, I don't get paid. I can't take a week off work." So they told me not to lift any more than 10 pounds. So I'm being a cleaner, I can do that. So
Yeah.
just sweeping and mopping and dusting them, you know. So anyway, yeah. So I've been able to go back to work and I only missed that those couple of days and missed 3 days on one job, but two on the other. So I'm able to go to work and people like seeing me and as opposed to my job I had early last year that screwed me over. I think I told you all about that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's okay. I was told that I'm just a number that I can be replaced. And here's my response to that. No, I can't because I got 9 Bravos at that job, perfect attendance. I worked double shifts multiple times, including an 18-hour shift. I worked any unit in that place. They were able to put me anywhere for my shift. I worked overnights and I worked holidays. I'm sorry, unless you got somebody that can do the same, they can shut the fuck up.
Dude, I could hear you singing my song Zero already. You're gonna like it.
You know what?
I guarantee that one.
You know what? I'm as soon as I'm off of here, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. That's on your YouTube, guys. Your YouTube called Danger Zone or Danger Dude?
Yeah, real danger, dude. Yeah.
Real Danger Dude. I'm gonna look that up because I gotta share that. I
Yeah,
gotta share.
the chorus for it's just zero, zero, zero fucks. That's what I have for you.
Yeah. Well, you know
Straight
what?
up.
That's right up my alley. Because despite all the assholes that have tried to take me out, like those lion prides try to take me out, I am a full-grown bull elephant, and when I charge, they're going to get out of the way. I'm that angry, very nasty Cape Buffalo. When I charge, they're going to get out of the way. You know, that's what I say to them. And they're kind of like a bunch of gazelles out there in the Serengeti, and they can see the spotted hyena, me. They can see, and they think because they can see me, they're safe. But there's a reason why the spotted hyena's got a goofy looking toothy grin on its face. And there's a reason why the spotted hyena is not endangered because they keep themselves very well fed. It doesn't matter whether these assholes, whether they're my previous job or whether they're people from these 13 fanboy or any of these other projects that screwed me over. The people screw me over in the Doubtfire challenge. It doesn't matter whether they can see me because I'm going to have lunch. And then what I mean by that is that they're a lot more afraid of me than I am of them. They might have the numbers, but if I bolt their way, they're going to flee. And that's the thing. And a spotted hyena's got the strongest jaw power of any mammal on the planet. Guess what happens when he locks on? Yeah. So that's why I say about that. I use the animal
Oh, there's the spotty Wi-Fi again.
yeah. Well, I use the there we go. I use the animal symbolism because I'm still here despite any bullets, despite any attacks. I'm still here. I'm still here. They're
It's the
just
way to
worried
be.
about, huh?
That's the way to be.
They're
That's the best thing to do.
they're all worried about being the one. They might have the numbers, but they're all worried about being the one that goes down. Because after all, the spotted hyena is not endangered. There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm not out looking for them. I know where to find them. They're in Asshole Central, right off I Don't Give a Fuck Avenue. Yep, yep. But they can't replace me at that other job. No, they can't. And you know what? I got 2 cleaning jobs right now, and they see the value in me. They see the value in me. That's all I can say about that. And I see the value in you too, Brett. Keep doing what
Well,
you're doing, and you've got my support. And I'm always happy to have you on here. And like I said, we'll make it number 6 next year, and
I'm looking
hopefully, oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I bid you a great day. I'm going to ask you to do a plug for my show before you go.
You got it.
Just state your name. You're the Danger Dude, and you're watching Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise. Go for it.
I'm Brett Harris, the Danger Dude, and you're watching Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely, folks. Support the Cycle Challenge for Kids Cancer. And go on Danger Dude on YouTube. Go on his website. Check out some of the stuff. He's got some great deals. And this guy is a genuine human being. He survived stale cereal and Scotty's boxers in the set
Yeah,
of Samhain. So he's a tough cookie.
yeah, you got it.
God bless you, Brett.
All
I'm
right, thanks
very
for having
honored to
me
know
on.
you. Absolutely.
I'm honored to be on your show, man. I really am. Thank you.
Well, I've got your back. I know you got mine, and
Yes, I
I
do.
appreciate you.
All right,
Absolutely. Go do something nice with the family tonight.
I'm gonna. Hey, good luck with your checkup there tomorrow for your eye.
I think it's going to heal. I'm not going to see anything out of this for a while, but I know that going in. It's one of these things where the bubbles go slowly evaporate. So I know going in, I've watched a few YouTube videos of people that's had this done. I have an idea what the process is like. So, the fact that I can't see my hand, but I can see a motion, like I can tell it's a hand going by there. That's a plus. I couldn't do that before. So I'm
Good.
just taking my eye drops and making it work.
All right.
Yeah. But anyway, God bless you. You have yourself a wonderful day.
You too, man. Make it awesome.
Absolutely. Well, I already did. I'm talking to you today.
All
Take care, man.
right, thanks.
Bye bye.